Imagine eating a meal, perhaps a delicious fish taco, and unknowingly consuming tiny fragments of plastic. It sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now, all over the world. A single plastic bag tossed into a river in Kansas can break down into invisible pieces, travel thousands of miles, and eventually end up inside the marine life that becomes your dinner in California. This isn't just a local trash problem. It's a global invasion, silently impacting our food and our health. Everything is a system. Today, in this grade 9 lesson, we're diving into the microplastics in the food chain, the invisible invasion, to understand how tiny plastic particles move through our environment and impact living things. Systems thinking helps us connect the dots, from a discarded bottle to the fish on your plate. To understand this invisible invasion, let's talk about bioaccumulation and trophic transfer. According to Dr. Anya Sharma, a leading marine ecologist, microplastics, once in the environment, are ingested by organisms, often mistaking them for food. Unlike organic matter, plastic cannot be digested or easily excreted, so it accumulates in their tissues. This accumulation is called bioaccumulation. Then, as larger organisms eat smaller ones, the plastic doesn't disappear. It moves up the food chain, becoming more concentrated at each level, a process known as trophic transfer. Think of a small fish eating hundreds of contaminated plankton, then a larger fish eating several small fish. By the time it reaches a top predator, the plastic load can be significant. Our model for microplastics in the food chain involves 7 key components. We have 2 external inputs: the plastic input rate, which is how much new plastic enters the environment, and the decomposition rate, which is effectively 0 for plastics. The 5 internal outputs are microplastic concentration in the environment, bioaccumulation factor in organisms, trophic transfer efficiency between food chain levels, marine organism health, and finally, human exposure level through contaminated food. Let's look at how these components interact. A higher plastic input rate has a positive relationship with microplastic concentration. More plastic means more microplastics, while a faster decomposition rate would have a negative relationship. Plastic barely decomposes. A higher microplastic concentration leads to a positive relationship with bioaccumulation factor, meaning more plastic in the environment results in more plastic in organisms. This higher bioaccumulation factor then has a positive relationship with trophic transfer, as more plastic in prey means more is passed to predators. Ultimately, increased trophic transfer leads to a positive relationship with human exposure level. Sadly, a higher bioaccumulation factor also has a negative relationship with marine organism health, causing harm to marine life. If marine organisms are too unhealthy, this could also have a negative relationship with trophic transfer, as fewer organisms survive to be eaten, but the plastic problem persists. Build your microplastics in the food chain model with ModelIt. What if we could reduce the global plastic input rate by half? How would that impact human exposure level over 50 years? Or, what if a revolutionary technology allowed plastics to decompose at a measurable rate? How would that change microplastic concentration in the oceans? Understanding these systems can lead to vital careers. Environmental toxicologists study how pollutants move through ecosystems and affect organism health, earning between $60,000 and $115,000 per year. Marine biologists research marine life and ecosystems, understanding the impacts of environmental changes like microplastic pollution, with salaries typically ranging from $50,000 to $90,000 annually. Everything is a system. Model it, build it, simulate it, understand it. Visit ModelItK12.com.